Welcome, local business news readers. This is John Jonah with another episode of VinoTalk. We are fast approaching the Thanksgiving season. We are fast approaching an amazing holiday called Beaujolais Nouveau Day. And today our topic is Beaujolais Nouveau, produced by the George DeBuff family. I have with me Dean Champagne from Wine Time. You got to forgive me. Wine Time. So Dean and I are going to kind of taste this Beaujolais Nouveau, give you our take on it, and reveal some interesting facts about this. First, you need to know that all of these products are from George DeBuff, who happens to be the largest producer of Beaujolais Nouveau in the world. Am I right?
That is absolutely
correct. And he's kind of the guy that kicked this off 25 or 30 years ago.
1970 and then 1985, the French made it an official date and made it French law that the third Thursday of every November, John.
Right. So we should begin by saying that this is a long-time tradition in the region.
Correct.
Where Beaujolais is made from the Gamay grape.
Absolutely.
So, got to be noted, this is the Gamay grape. And the main idea of Beaujolais Nouveau is that it is a festival drink. It is designed to be at the end of the harvest. The workers would be so tired and exhausted, and the wineries would say, listen, we're going to give you some of the harvest right now, and they would have a Beaujolais Nouveau festival, which was covered with festivities and drinking and dancing and merriment, which you and I represent.
Absolutely.
But old time, right?
Absolutely.
So we're going to examine the George DeBuff, but I hear you have a question for me.
I do. John, I'd like to know exactly what you know about Beaujolais Nouveau and something that would be new to me.
I'm glad you asked that. The secret of Beaujolais Nouveau is how it's made. It's made in a process called carbonic maceration. And this is really interesting. I think only in this region do they use carbonic maceration. And try to imagine this. They kind of let the grapes ferment themselves. How this is done is they pile the grapes up into a large vat, and the weight of the grapes pushes down on the grapes. It releases some juice on the bottom, which automatically begins fermentation from the natural yeast on the skins. What this does is release CO2, which goes up the sides of the tank and then forms a barrier, kind of like seals the barrel from oxygen, and fermentation begins within the vat without any addition of yeast. What happens then is you get maceration going on inside the grape itself. And you remember those zots that we used to get when we were kids?
That's right.
When you pop one of those grapes in your mouth, it absolutely explodes.
Right.
So carbonic maceration is the secret. It's what gives Beaujolais Nouveau its zest, its liveliness, and its fruit.
That's
Okay,
right.
George DeBuff, let's see what we think about this. Do you like the color?
I think the color is beautiful, John.
Kind of light cherry, really pretty.
Typical Beaujolais Nouveau color, nice, deep, ruby, beautiful.
Nose-wise?
Nose, I'm picking up a lot of ripe red fruit. What do you?
I'm picking up scents of garlic. I'm joking. You like garlic. Can be served with garlic though, because this wine has high acidity. Let's make a note. High acidity is kind of the trademark of this. We call that acidity or vibrancy, but it's really great with food. That's
Absolutely.
why we recommend this with Thanksgiving foods. Let's take a little taste. What do you think? Nice and bright on the palate. When we say bright in the wine business, we mean there's kind of like a nice feeling on it. The acidity, as we tasted it, kind of moderates a little bit. Flavor is absolutely cherries and strawberries. I agree with you completely. And it finishes pretty nice. Has a nice finish on it. George DeBuff is an expert in Beaujolais Nouveau. Do you agree?
Absolutely.
So you were going to tell me something that I don't know about wine.
I was going to tell you about the celebration, John. Excuse me. That this is the largest celebration in the world of beverage.
Wow.
And
wow,
it's,
that's incredible.
From Beaujolais Nouveau, it goes up to France, up to Paris, and then gets spread throughout the whole world. And that a total of 65 million bottles.
Wow, 65 million
are
bottles.
produced.
I'm telling America,
produced.
join the club. This is a popular tradition. It's kind of losing its steam because young kids don't know about it. But I got to tell you, I love celebrations. And we don't want to make too much out of Beaujolais Nouveau. It's a delicious beverage.
It's
By the way,
excellent.
I love it served a little chilled. Do you agree?
I agree.
A little chill. And it's hard to find wines that can handle chill, but this handles wine beautifully.
This is excellent.
Okay, and now a little bit about cheese to finish the show. You know I love cheese and I love ideas. So what I have here is a really cool French cheese called Cantal, which is kind of like a cheddar. Hamon de Paris, another French-style cheese that goes great with these holiday foods. Locatelli, my favorite Italian cheese, but it has a nice saltiness to it. And I have a recommendation for you. For the holidays, use French butter. And then people ask me, what's the deal with French butter? And I tell people it has the flavor of France in it. It's creamy. It reflects the terroir of what the animals eat in France. And it just has a wonderful higher butterfat content and flavor that you wouldn't imagine. And finally, my appetizer idea for the holidays, Amarena cherries served with Michigan brie. This is really cool. The Amarena cherry goes back to Roman times. It's a cherry that was established in the Roman territories and the Romans loved it. I'm going to give one to Dean here because he's going to try it and tell us what he thinks. I think it's a great
Absolutely
combination.
delicious. Delicious.
Let's try it with the wine. This is John Jonah from VinoTalk. Thanks for listening. Please stay tuned to our next chapter. And if you're interested in Amarena cherries, call Vinoteca and we will give you a free sample. Salud. A
Salute.
otro sante.